Welcome to my Extreme Hills Tournament Pro walkthrough video. In this video, I will walk you through the shots I will use and some of the possible alternatives. This is a guide and is not meant as the absolute solution, but more like a starting place to begin your note-taking process and help you prepare for the tournament. Play according to your clubs, balls, and skill level, and please remember that this walkthrough does not feature the actual tournament wind we will see, as that will only be known once the tournament begins. Also, the last time I played these holes was near the very beginning of my Golf Clash tournament days, and many of the shots are not perfect and are not as exacting as I'm now accustomed to playing the game. However, the routes and explanations will not change much from this video to the tournament play. And finally, if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so now and hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss any future Erelic gaming content. Let's get into it. Here on the first hole of the Extreme Hills tournament, we play a drive with a high accuracy driver to set ourselves up for a funnel approach to the pin. Play the drive at 20% downhill with a rock or quarterback and a katana or higher wind resistance ball such as a Kingmaker. Using 2 to 3 topspin and maximum right spin, I aim to land just short of the middle fairway bunkers. There's nothing wrong with the left route through the trees or the right route bombing it down the fairway, but I love how this approach sets us up for a beautiful second shot. I play the second shot at 10% downhill elevation with my sniper. Add about 5 to 6 bars of backspin and look for the funnel behind the hole. Typically, my landing position is with my yellow ring just before the fringe. Look for the funnel and play into it for an excellent eagle opportunity. Good luck. This par 3 can be a bit finicky, but I believe it presents a very realistic chance for a repeatable hole-in-one. My red ring here just slightly cuts the rough on the right side, with the ball guide aimed just slightly left of the pin. As per all par 3s in pro, I tend to choose a Kingmaker ball or one with even higher wind resistance. Using a max distance Goliath, I apply maximum right spin and half a bar of backspin with 10% downhill elevation. Here on hole number 3, we have what I deem to be an excellent opportunity to walk away with an Albatross. You can play either left or right side, but in this example, I play up the right side fairway with my big topper at 10% downhill elevation. Add maximum topspin, adjust for wind, and then push your landing position back up to maximum distance. Per usual, I use a Kingmaker ball, especially to cut down the wind for the approach shot, but a Titan ball here wouldn't be wrong at all. So for the second shot, there are 2 main techniques. The one I show is a 20% downhill sniper backspin shot with approximately 3 to 4 bars of backspin, and the ball guide should be close to the pin, depending on the level of your sniper. The second route here would be to use the rough on the right side near the pin and attempt a rough bump. Previously I came very close to pulling this off with a hammerhead, but I don't see why a sniper and its excellent ball guide couldn't pull it off too. Either shot, this is one of 3 excellent Albatross opportunities here on the Extreme Hills tournament course. This second par 3 hole has 2 main ways to play, the first being a rough bump with a quarterback, and the second way is more directly to the pin with a sniper. I play my shot with 2 bars of backspin and 4 bars of right spin, with 20% downhill elevation. Also, you see me here with a Win 5 ball in an attempt to minimize my adjustment down into the bunker, yet a lower level ball like a Navigator or Kingmaker, I don't think it's wrong either. I feel like in the future, if I had the same crosswind conditions, I would choose the sniper shot, which is played a little bit further back, as these trees on either side of the fairway make for a very difficult ring adjustment on the rough bump, since you need to zoom fairly far out to not have the trees in the way. So here on hole 5, I'm absolutely playing for eagle, since driving the green or near to it is a very real possibility. I bring a berserker ball and my extra mile. However, a decent level Thor's hammer or APOC might be a nice play too. In this wind, I set up with half the yellow ring in that topmost bush, add maximum topspin and 3 bars of right spin. I'm adjusting for 10% downhill elevation and then pushing it back to max. I'm also using about 75 to 100% overpower and a slight amount of right curl to land near or on that green. With a well-executed drive, we are left with a routine wedge shot or even a putt here for eagle. This is a reasonably aggressive way to play the hole, but I believe it's worth it to get that important extra drop. I play hole 6 for the rough bump Albatross. Bring a big topper and a berserker ball. Add maximum topspin and 1 to 3 bars of right spin. Set up your shot so the ball guide aims to the middle of the fairway, away from the bunker, but not too close to the right side. Adjust this shot for 10% downhill elevation and push back up to max, looking for a drive that's roughly in the neighborhood of 400 yards. The second shot is played with a wood club that has at least 4 bars of topspin, such as my Sniper 8. In this example, I played 4 top, 1 right, but I would like to use a bit more right spin in the future. Setting up this shot with the red ring cutting the rough on the left, adjust for 15% downhill elevation, and you have a very realistic chance for an epic Albatross. I'm looking for a left or right wind here so that the bunker isn't in play on the adjustment, but we'll have to wait and see what we get. Hole 7 from the Grunberg Slopes course is a seemingly simple par 3, but has never been a favorite of mine. Playing the rough bump shot, I adjust for 20% downhill elevation with my Kingmaker ball. I added 4 topspin and maximum right spin to get the ball guide to the hole, but this one plays very differently in different wind conditions. so depending what we see in the tournament will greatly alter my approach. My preference with holes so far from the rough is basically to go right at the pin and skip the rough bump. Yet I'm showing the rough bump here because I know most players will want to choose this one no matter what circumstances we're given. So we'll have to wait and see how this is going to play out in the tournament, but this is absolutely a very realistic opportunity for a hole-in-one. Here on hole 8, I believe we have our very best chance for an extra drop of the whole tournament. I played the drive at 10%, downhill elevation, and my extra mile. Now, traditionally I've played here with a katana ball, but almost anything can work really. Add 4.5 topspin, 4 to 5 right spin, aimed as close to the middle of the second fairway as possible, and compensate with a little bit of right curl to make up the difference, especially if you choose a ball with not as much side spin. Now, while many players will go for green here, I don't see the benefit since the second shot played at minus 10% in minimum short iron range plays very consistently for me. I like the thorn with 2 to 3 bars of backspin, but choose the short iron that you are most comfortable using. I would go so far as to say that this hole is a must drop if you're looking for a banner in this tournament. So here we are on hole number 9, which is the third Albatross opportunity out of 3. I play the drive with my Thor's hammer, or extra mile, and a Titan ball. Adjust for 10% downhill here, with 6 plus topspin and 1 bar of left spin. The idea to land near the top left of the fairway, giving us a nice angle of approach for our Albatross shot. I set the Thor's hammer with the clear ring touching the rough on the right side, understanding of course that different drivers have different size rings. Adjust for wind and then push back up to max, even adding like 10% overpower or so, just to get nice and far down the fairway. For the second shot I use 4 backspin and 2 right spin with the ball guide to the hole, or just short of it. The setup is with the blue ring, cutting the rough on the right side near the bunker. Adjust for 10% downhill elevation and be sure to adjust cleanly. Good luck sinking as many albas as possible on this course, as I believe that will be the difference between a banner or not in most pro brackets. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in to my pro walkthrough for the Extreme Hills tournament. I hope that this information can help you prepare well and shoot low on the weekend. If you have any comments or feedback, please leave them in the comments section below and I will respond as soon as I can. Please remember to subscribe now to join Erelic Gaming and not miss out on any of my future content. As well, hit that thumbs up button on your way out to show your approval. It's been my absolute pleasure to share this walkthrough with you, and I look forward to seeing you out on the course. Good luck to you in the Extreme Hills tournament.